I wasn't a straight A student. It did not come easy to me. Like I had to work way harder than a lot of the other students did. And I think now, looking back, it isn't my intelligence. It's that I overanalyze things. I understand my brain better now. And so now I can clear. I've written articles. If you go on LinkedIn, there's an article on there called "De-stressing and Uncluttering Your Mind," and it legit is about the techniques I use to take things out of my head and put them over here so that I can look at things. And now I have the ability to look at chaos and kind of make clarity out of it. So that's kind of become an art form in and of itself. But yeah, so, I'm still competing. I still have a ton of fire. I have more fire in me now than I've
when
ever
you
had.
were in school and you said you did well,
Yeah,
that didn't come naturally to you.
no.
Would you say was that the first time that you saw an obstacle and you started preparing and failing forward?
So,
Was that the first
yeah, in high
beginning
school, I was, they broke the grades up into learning abilities, and I was in a top band of the learning ability within a group of like 25 that had moved the whole 4 years through. But they were all going towards college, and I had no money for college. So if you look at the things that are measured in education, it's your GPA, right? So, was I going to be the valedictorian? No, because I was fighting to try to get my GPA where I had a high GPA, but it wasn't the best GPA in the class. And so how do you measure value? Well, I can tell you that I had guidance counselors when I started. So here's a great story. When I started high school in the eighth grade, I brought home a permission slip to go into the collegiate division. It was either business, photech, or college. And my mom and dad didn't want me to go into college because they couldn't afford for me to go to college. And they were it sounds cruel, but they weren't. They were just being, realistic. And they were like, listen, we'd rather have you learn practical skills, like secretarial skills, typing, and all this stuff for business because it's more practical. And so I forged their names and went into the college level classes.
Wow.
Because all my friends were going in there, one, and two, I believed in my ability to get to college. When I set my mind to something, I learned this early on, like nothing was going to stand in my way. I don't think I knew it then. I just had a fierce, eyesight. And so come to the end of the first semester, I'm getting off the bus with a sister, sorry, by the way, that, grades weren't as good as mine. And, legit, I was trying to hide my report card that was straight A's because I didn't want my mom to figure out that I had gone into the college thing. And she was upset when she found out about it, and it took a conversation with some guidance counselors to convince her, let her see what she can do, let her see what she can do. There's scholarships.
What
and
was she afraid of, you felt like?
I don't think she knew how I could get there, and she was afraid of my dreams being shattered. She was afraid of me not having practical knowledge of life at 18, and she was afraid I'd be disappointed. Because it was a long shot that I would get scholarships. So I have the Rudy story in my high school, and the night of my high school, throwing it back to high school years, but in the night of my high school scholarship night, they gave away 31 scholarships, and I got 13 of those scholarships.
Wow, so 30%.
And my class
30%.
gave me a standing ovation because they knew my journey. They knew my story. And I had just kept fighting. I'm going to get there.